Well, hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I thought I'd just shoot this quick live stream just to give you an update on where I'm seeing the meme market, meme coin market, and yeah, just to because there's tons of stuff happening in the meme coin space. People are they're participating, but there's also tons of pump and dumps. So I'm going to go over a couple of those things today, just so you get an idea of what's going on. And if you're new to this market, then at least you got excuse me, at least you got some sort of gauge on what the hell's going on in this space, because it's a bit of a doggy dog space. It's pretty crazy right now. So as you can see here on my screen, you can see that this is coin terminal, gecko terminal. There's tons of them out there. There's dex screener. um, there's basically it's just like an aggregator of different meme coins and different blockchains, but you can use whatever you want. I like using Gecko Terminal, but just to show you how many meme coins are going off here, if you go to if you just go to geckoterminal.com and just come along here on the top right left, you'll see new pools. So these are new pools that are basically getting created every day or every minute, and most of these are just going to be like pump and dumps. There's a small amount of liquidity getting added to these things, and then they're just hoping they'll run. Some of them are only putting in a small amount. Some of them are actual real projects, but most of them are just pump and dumps, and that's what I'm saying with the meme coins. Even the ones that like kind of like made to look legit, they're still pump and dumping. Even though these so-called meme community projects, people are just and I get it, because once they renounce a contract and they're not getting any team tokens, especially if it's going on pink sale, they they don't have any tokens. I mean, they could still buy tokens, but um, the thing is, it becomes a community project, and it just they just dump anyway. So no one's sticking around, and that's can be a problem. So if you go to uh, Gecko Terminal and click on the tab on the left hand side here, it says new pools. It's like the second tab from the top under watch list, and you'll see all these ones launching. Right, these are launching literally every minute, and you can see here in the last 50 that have been created in the last 50 minutes or 51 minutes. So that tells you that there is one getting created a minute, and there's 1,440 minutes in a day. So just based off this, there's 1,440 um, these meme coin projects getting launched. Most of these are meme coin projects getting launched a day, and that's just the ones that we know of. There's going to be tons more. So that just gives you a gauge of there's probably like a 2 or 3 thousand of these getting produced a day. Um, if they don't get picked up by this as well. So yeah, it just goes to show you how many meme coins are getting launched per day. 2 to 3 thousand per day. All right. So how do you navigate through that? Well, that's the problem, right? A lot of these ones are just pump and dumps scams. Are just created just to get money, right? They have no intention of actually delivering anything. And you can usually tell by the way that they're named. In my opinion, if they're going to be called some stupid name after some um, um, like trend, they'll pump in the meantime, and then they'll fizzle off. So they're not there for long term growth, and that's the thing. If you can get in early, great, but most of the time, you come in at the wrong time, and then you'll get dumped on. So let's show you some ones that have failed lately. Um, what I do is I add them to my watch list so that I can watch them. But most of them, they're kind of like not doing that well. This one here, Ben. This one was like promoted heavily in through the Twitter space. Um, yeah, it's still doing all right. There's still like 2.3 million liquidity. I wouldn't say that this one's a failure. It's just that it's probably um, leveling out and it's just taking a bit of a rest. The market conditions obviously playing a part as well. So I wouldn't say this one's a complete failure yet. Um, so let's go have a look at some more. This one here, I did get in this, but then again, I don't put a lot of money into these. So my whole thing with these meme coins is if I'm going to put in like less than $100, like I can afford to lose that. Sometimes I only put in like $20, $10, $50. It just depends on how I feel about the project. But so if I lose the money, I'm only going to lose a small amount, and then I just get into the next one. Obviously, it's a numbers game, but if I'm gonna hang on, can you see that? Yeah. But if I'm gonna like if it does 100x, I'm gonna 100x my money. So that's the way. And most of these are gonna like 99% of these are gonna fail. So why would you put big money into them, knowing that 99% of the if you've been around the meme coin space for a while, you'll know that 99% of these are gonna fail. So why would you put big money in them? Like you're just setting yourself up for failure. At least with this way, is you're gonna lose. If you lose, you're gonna lose small. But if you're gonna win, you're gonna win big. Now, obviously, you're not gonna you're not gonna win a Lambo. You're not gonna get a Lambo or anything like that. But you might get several thousand. But you're not gonna get like 100,000 unless you get in really early. Um, but sometimes not always is the best time to get in really early. But so there's different ways to play these meme coins, but that's the way I look at it. I just do a numbers game, and if I lose a little bit of money. But if I win a big amount of money, and most of them are going to fail anyway. So I'm willing to lose that money to find that winner. But I personally look at these myself, and then I just kind of get into them. I don't get into every one of them. One that I did miss was this one here, Capo, and the reason why I didn't get into this one because it was dodgy as the website was dodgy as, and I thought to myself, "There's no way I'm getting into this." But I had a look at had a look at the website, and I said, "No, there's no way." And then apparently this was done by like a really well-known guy on Twitter, like a dev. I think he's a dev. But really, the price range, this is crazy. This did like a from the beginning, it did like a 10,000x, 10,000%. Sorry, not x, 10,000%. So that's like 100x, if my math is correct. That did 100x, and it did it in like 3 days. So I was like, this is one of the one that I missed because I looked at the website and just didn't think it would go anywhere based on the website, but I didn't know that the dev was behind it. The person that was behind it was pretty well known. So that's just one of those things that I didn't do deeper research with it. Then there's other ones that will just try to look good, and they're just not going to go anywhere. This one here, this one was promising, but they've dumped. It might come back, but it obviously in the beginning it always does this, right? Every single project will do this. It'll pump in the beginning and then it'll dump and then it might come back. This one has come back and then it's like I'm going back down again. So this one might come back, but yeah, it's not good that the whole community just dumps, and that's that can be an issue because if they've got no incentive to hang around, they'll just dump, and that's the problem with these meme coins because there's nothing really holding it up. Only thing holding up is the holders and the people rallying behind the community. That's the only thing that will hold the meme coin up if there's no utility. So I'm not optimistic about this one, but then again, I only put small money into them, so I'm not really worried. Okay. This one here, ZK chain. This one's done okay. It's kind of pulled back. It's went down obviously in the beginning, but then it went up again and then went down. But I'm optimistic about this one. I'm a bit more optimistic about this one than the last one. It's got 47,000 liquidity. Not that a lot, but still, it's still pretty early days with this one. Actually, it's only a couple of days old. So hopefully, they can go through with the stuff that they're going to say, and build this out, and then this meme coin could turn into 500 or half a million in market cap, and tons more holders. I mean, you can't see this is off screen, but it's probably only about, there's only like 225 addresses with this one, so it's really, really small, really, really tiny. Okay. This one here, this one was a pink sale one again, BWW. This was a flop. This was like this thing just went nowhere. It was just like this promised to be this metaverse type of deal. I'm trying to find the website. Yeah, it was Blockchain Valley. It was just, I looked at it, I thought, I didn't do a review on this one, but I looked at it and I thought I'll put small money into it. I put like $10 into it. It raised 1,600. Let me have a look. Yeah, it raised 1,600 BNB, but this is a total flop. This one, they did a good PR campaign, and just flopped. So look, it is what it is. But yeah, it was just a failure. Look at that. So they raised 1,600 BNB. That's not small money. Let's have a look. Half of that would have gone to liquidity. Yeah, 51% of that went to liquidity. So if you're not sure what this means, this liquidity percent, what this means is that the total supply is only a small supply, which was actually 120 million, which is small by Memecoin standards. And the token in the pre-sale was only 4 million. So very small amount, actually, very small amount. The pre-sale was they burnt a ton. Okay, so they burnt 92%. So they burnt 92% of the supply. That's crazy. So there's only like 4 million out there. Then you look at all the other liquidity and bonuses and stuff. There's probably only like 5 or 6 million out there. So what happens here is, see this liquidity, this is pre-sale. This is the tokens in the pre-sale, 4 million, right? And then what this means is 51%. This means that 51% of these tokens will go into the liquidity pool, matched with 51% of the money being raised. I'm not sure people understand that. So, there was tons of liquidity that went into this, but it's still dumped, because if we have a look at these ones here, see, they could have dumped on you by, let's see, liquidity, listings, exchange funds. So you can check these. You can check this contract on these bonuses, exchange and listings, and even the burnt, and you can check to see whether those were used to dump all the liquidity out. But basically that's what happens. Okay, so this is what this means: percentage liquidity, 51% of the tokens, right, in the pre-sale, which is 4 million, goes to the liquidity pool, and then that's matched with 51% of the money being raised. So that means that out of the 1690, yeah, out of the 1,600 BNB divided by 2, They would have pocketed 845 BNB straight away as soon as the sale ended. 845, 845. That's how much they pocketed. 263,000 from this sale, and um, then it went to basically nothing down. It went to this dumped. So that just goes to show you kind of like what happened. So 2,365. Okay, so what's the current now? 313 for one BNB, and then divided by 2,365. There you go. See, it's 13 cents. So if you bought the current rate at the pre-sale was 13 cents for these. That's what the rate was based off this. One BNB is 2,365. I'm not sure if you can see that. The calculator may not appear. You might not be able to see the calculator, but I've got the calculator over the other screen. So, but anyway, I'm telling you. So basically this blockchain rally, which flopped. See, there's a lot of metrics going on here, right? So they can play around with these metrics, and you got to understand them because if they sneak by and just steal this bonus exchange fund and listings, right, which is extra, right, they can just use this and dump it on. I don't know if they did, but they can because this is the amount that's not being used. They can use this and dump it on you. They can be, see, so here it is here. So the bonus is it's not a lot, 0.25, 0.83, 1. So yeah, not a lot. They probably didn't. 2%, only 2%. Do that. Enlarge it. So yeah, so this is where this went wrong. It just went wrong because everyone dumped, and the sale price based off this one BNB for 2,365 was 13 cents a pop. Now, if we go over and look at the chart now, the chart now is 5 cents a pop. So basically, you lost 0.5, yeah, nearly 3x, like 3x. You lost nearly 3x, 2.5x your money because of this dump. And it's supposed to be this bullshit thing they talked about, blockchain value mixed metaverse ecosystem crap. I can tell you now, 236,000 is not enough to build a metaverse. Okay, Facebook is spending 2 to 3 billion a year on the metaverse. Now, obviously, they're at a different scale, but even just a copy and paste metaverse, you can get these metaverse type of templates that already you just add your own shit to it. There's tons of them out there, and they're still going to cost you 20 or 30 grand. Then you got the dev, and then you got the ongoing stuff. So yeah, you just gotta be careful about this stuff. It might come back, I don't know, but I doubt it. But anyway, this is the stuff that I'm talking about, right? When you look at this meme coin stuff here, a lot of these guys will just say this stuff and say, they use buzzwords like metaverse, NFT partnership, and all this sort of stuff, right? I hope these guys do deliver, but I'm just saying, a lot of these ones, they just say this stuff to get people invested, and then they go dark on the Telegram as soon as they get their money. I've seen it like tons of times. As soon as they raise the money, and the money and like they're all hyped up, right? They hype people up in the Telegram group, buy, and as soon as it ends, they go dark. There's like no conversation in the Telegram group because they're like, the whole purpose of the whole thing was to just scam people, get them hyped up in the beginning, and then they go dark once they got the cash. Then they won't shut it down because they just want to they don't want to make it look like a scam, even though what they said in the website in their white paper was obviously bullshit, right? But they don't want to say that because then it'll look like a scam. They'll just let it ride out and have no participation. One that surprised me, I did get into this one actually, was Troll. This one has surprised me. All right. This one has gone up, and it's just a meme coin. But some of these things, there's no reason why this should go anywhere, but it is. It's kind of doing really well compared to the rest of these other shit stains. All right. Excuse my French, but this is it's called Troll Face. I probably should follow it because I've invested in it. The reason why I looked at it was like, oh, okay, I'm just going to throw $10 or $20 into this. I can't remember, but I meant like, I've got like $40, $50 in this now. It's up to 40 or $50. So again, it's not a lot of money, but you know, you just don't know what happens with these things. Let's just go and have a look at the stats on Trollface. Okay, the liquidity is 384. So the liquidity is getting up there, but it's not massive. It needs to get up into the millions for this to really take off. The volume is not really up. Like the volume is still pretty good, 748K in 24 hours. That's a very good volume. But the market cap is 29 million. So it's still, this one here is still very early, but it's kind of like it could go either way. Let's go and have a look at the contract. So there's 4,940 investors or addresses. That's pretty good. Okay, that's actually pretty good considering it's only a new project. I think it's like a week old. Excuse me. So what needs to happen with this project is it needs to get more liquidity. So it needs to get to like 1 million, 1.5 million liquidity, and then it'll start to take off. And for this liquidity to go up, the volume needs to pick up. Once the volume picks up, this is when you kind of like hit the sweet spot, right? And this is kind of like I alluded to in my previous videos. I think I did a video about it, but it's called the sweet spot. Why I call it the sweet spot, right? It gets to a point where the project is starting to get traction. It's big enough that it's got tons of liquidity and volume, but it's still small enough with the market cap that it can still do a 10x or a 20x. So it's not like you're not going to make 100x from it. All right, that's clear. But you can still make a good, healthy 10 or 20x, and the risk is lower because as the liquidity grows and as the volume grows, it starts to get on exchanges, and that's exactly what happened with Turbo. Turbo started going off because people started listing it because of the volume. So here now it's trading on MEX. So that's another one that it picked up. For these meme coins to go off, they need to have a lot of, it comes down to timing. And the reason why I go back to Capo, all right? Let me just go back and see if I can, let me just talk. Yeah, I think I'm still talking. Let's have a look. Testing. Yeah, I'm still talking. Okay. And the reason what happened with Capo is because with Capo, what happened was it got onto all these exchanges and it pumped the price. So it got on like 3 or 4 exchanges within like this first couple of days, and then that's what pumped the price. And look at the liquidity; it's 1.29, 1,260,000. This is kind of like where this is a good range right now with Capo because of the where it's positioned, the volume and the liquidity. See, look, there's 12,000 addresses. But then we're going to look at the volume, it's 7.7 million. Now we compare that with Trollface. There's only 4,000, nearly 5,000 addresses. So half the addresses, less than half, and then we go and have a look at liquidity, 10x less. See, so that's why the liquidity is going to increase and the volume is going to increase, and that will come with the holders, and then the exchanges will pick up. So watch Troll. It's just one of those ones that just just went off for some weird reason. Another one here was Gucci Peppy. This one here, I don't hold big hype for it, but I reckon they're going to do this fashion thing with the Gucci, and hopefully they can deliver. But look, it hasn't completely tanked, but I'll keep on watching this one. But yeah, it all pumps in the beginning and then dumps, and then what happens is This usually happens like within the first day, or even 12 hours. And then what happens is then after once all the paper hands are out, then it's like down to the real business and whether the holders are actually going to support the project or they're just going to dump. All right. This one here I didn't get into. Luckily, I saw it trending and there was tons of volume with it. It's called My Ladies, and it just was like a pump and dump. Now, I don't know if this is the right one, but this is one of the ones anyway that was called My Ladies. And yeah, it was a complete dump. Look at it. There's $2.80 left in liquidity. Let's kind of look at the holders. Let's see. Yeah, there's only 595 addresses. So basically, those holders have lost their money. All 595 of them have basically lost their money because of this dump. Yeah, and that's the thing. These kiss these coins goodbye. So there's tons of these coins. There's so many of these projects that are just like pumped and dumped, and it's very, very. You got to be careful. Okay, so another one, Sponge. Sponge is doing all right. Again, this one here is just like a meme coin. There's no reason, nothing holding this up, but people are sporting it. Look at the volume. Volume's 1.5 million, and the liquidity is 7.2. So there's tons of liquidity and volume in this. Tons of liquidity and volume. Then we got Turbo. Turbo's got hit the highlight, hit the look, it's tanked now, but it had a good story to it. The guy that started with like $69, and then it tanked. Then he got people to invest 4 ETH. So it did really well, and he cashed out, I believe, like $500,000. But this was after he renounced the contract and became a community coin. He had his 9% of coins. So yeah, it was quite a interesting story, an emotional story for him. So he started the coin and he had the coins and he cashed out. So it's like it's not like he set it up to be a scam. He actually handed it over to the community. So yeah, good on him. Newt's another one. It's still doing okay. It's a reflection coin. You can get reflections. It's got a pretty good community, so it's good to see it's coming back. I've got a little bit of money in this, so I'm up on Newt, so I'm not really worried. I'm just going to let it ride. Another one too, Mong. Mong's this one's like got big influences and stuff on Twitter and YouTube behind this one, so people getting tattooed and shit, Mong, and yeah, can be a good thing, and it also can be a bad thing. So I'm really wary when big influencers start to push it because they're probably holding tons of coins, and we've seen it in the past. Influencers are notorious for dumping on their followers. We saw that with what's his name, Jake Paul. He notoriously dumped on his millions of followers, and then apologized, and that just went really bad. And that's really bad for crypto as well. When a big influencer like that dumps on his followers just to make a quick buck. So yeah, I don't like it when these projects get really big and influencers jump on board in the beginning. You guarantee they've got big bags and they've been made. They've got like these private deals going on, so they will kind of like lure it into the project, and they've taken a nice sweet cash grab up front as well as tokens, and they're going to dump on your ass. So I don't like it when influencers jump in, especially big influencers. I like it to be a smaller project where it's relatively unknown and then grows big. So anyway, yeah, just to wrap up, without making this live stream too long, I just wanted to jump on this morning without making this too long-winded. Yeah, just be careful out there. The meme coin space is pretty crazy right now. There are people making good gains, but Also, there's tons of projects that are just dumping, and tons of investors are getting wrecked. And I just showed you that last one on there with that middle 80s, 500 people, 523 addresses. They just all got wrecked. So just be careful, because it is a dog eat dog world out there. But there are gains, and it's just a numbers game. You're just going to have to do the numbers. But my whole thing is I put a small amount in each one, because I know that 99% of them are going to fail. If I lose money, which I'm not hoping, but I'm pretty much almost guaranteed that I will lose in that project. I only lose a small amount, but if it pops off, it can do like 100x, and if it does 100x, then I'll make up my losses that way. And I only got to get into, and then I'll just run the numbers. It'd be good to get into 10, 20, 30, 40 of these 100x's, but that's only going to happen over time, and that's only going to happen if you do the numbers. It's the only way. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'll drop you more meme coin reviews, probably today or tomorrow. All right, guys. Catch you guys later. Have a good day.